Alright, so boom, you guys, it's your Carolyn back at y'all with another video. Today's video is going to be a tutorial on this look right here. I call this look the not your average sunset eye look because it's using all the same concepts, all the same colors, the blending and everything, the gradient, just kind of switched up. I was inspired to recreate this look by this girl Instagram right here. She is very talented, so make sure to go check her out. And if you guys want to see how I created this look, then just keep on watching. Alright, you guys, so first I'm gonna start off by just prepping my whole face. So first I'm just gonna put some lip gloss on. I'm gonna be using this Victoria's Secret Total Shine Addict flavor lip gloss. This is in the shade Ice. It's just like a silvery shiny lip gloss, just so my lips stay hydrated throughout the process. And these are really inexpensive. They're $10 and they taste really good and they're really hydrating to your lips. So next, I'm going to be moisturizing my face. I'm going to do that using the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Gel. Is this one right here. This is really, really amazing. It's not an oil-based moisturizer and it doesn't make me break out at all, which is a problem I have with most of the moisturizers I've tried. So this is really good, especially for the summertime. It's very lightweight. It doesn't even make me feel greasy throughout the day, which is good too. So I'm just going to put that. My skin really just soaks this moisturizer up and it gives me a nice glow to my skin. And I do have combination skin, so sometimes it's really dry, sometimes it's really oily, but regardless of the fact, my skin always looks popping when I put this on. So next I'm going to prime my face using the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. It's this one right here. I got the mini size because I heard a lot of people on YouTube rave about it, but I wasn't really sure if I was going to like it. But I've used it 2 times and I've used it on 2 of my clients. And I really, really love it. Like, it really makes your, like, skin just feel, like, a little bit tacky, but still, like, moisturized and glowy. And it's really nice. Y'all can't be dead ass. I'm sorry if you guys hear fireworks in the background. Tomorrow is July 4th. And over here, people do not know how to act. And they have been throwing fireworks in the air since June 30th. So, I'm sorry for the noise in the background if it comes up. And it does leave my skin feeling a little bit tacky, so I do like doing this before my eyebrows and my eyeshadow. So it really gets soaked into my skin, so by the time I put my foundation on, it's dried all the way down and it is soaked into my skin perfectly for my foundation to grab onto it. So this is the skin right now. And now we're just going to move on to brows. And to do my eyebrows, I'm going to be using my Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil in the shade Dark Brown. This is my favorite eyebrow pencil ever. And I use the shade Dark Brown because my roots are still dark even though my hair is a little bit lighter. But I just feel like it looks better when I do dark brows on myself personally. So I'm just going to kind of rush through this part. I'm not going to really talk through it because I do want to do an in-depth brow tutorial. So you guys are just going to watch me do it. Okay, so next to carve out my eyebrows, I'm going to be using my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. And this is in the shade Vanilla. And I'm going to carve that out using my Morphe M432 brush, which is just a flathead brush to give me the utmost precision. And I'm just going to speed through this part too because it's honestly so long. So now I'm going to blend out that concealer using my Morphe 173 brush. This is just a dome condensed brush. I would usually use a fluffy blender brush, but I got to clean my brushes and I ain't really feel like doing that. So I'm just going to use this to blend this out. Okay, so my eyebrows are definitely cousins today, but it's okay. We're gonna work. So next, to prep for my eyeshadow, I will be using my P. Louise base in the shade Rumor 01. This is, I think, the third lightest base that they have. And I'm just gonna take that on the back of my hand and apply it to each eye using a fluffy Morphe brush. One that looks just like this. I got this in a set that was like, I believe, $18. And I would really recommend it. So now I'm just gonna apply that to my eye evenly. And I'm gonna be using patting motions instead of swiping motions, just to really blend it into my eye with my concealer. So next, I'm just going to really set that in place with this I'm gonna really set that in place using this disposable makeup sponge and just pat it just to make sure everything is blended and smooth. And it's really crucial that this base is laid on perfectly and smoothly, so that way our shadows won't crease and everything will look perfectly blended and smooth. So next, onto the eyeshadow, my favorite part of any look. Okay, so I don't know why my phone stopped recording just now. That was weird. But we're gonna start off our eyeshadow going into Going into my James Charles X Morphe palette, of course, the basis of every look that I do. I'm going to be using my Morphe M507 brush. This is a bullet detailer brush, and I'm going to be going into this dark purple / fuchsia shade, and that is the first color that we're going to be laying down. Going in with that shade, I'm going to tap off some of the excess, and I'm going to be putting that in our inner corner of our crease, just a little bit below the crease as well, seeing as this is just a darker shade and we're later going to be using a lighter shade to blend it upwards. Palette, I'm gonna be using my Morphe M562 brush, just a fluffy blending brush but a smaller version, and I'm going to be going into this shade right here just to blend that fuchsia shade a little bit upwards. Once again, using tapping motions, first going on to the fuchsia and then slowly bringing it upwards. So next, going into this dense packing brush, I'm going to be going into this shade right here. It's kind of like a burnt orange. And I'm going to be putting that in my outer crease, just like I did to the fuchsia. And once again, using packing motions. So next, I'm going to be going into this bright neon orange shade on this fluffier packer brush. And I'm going to use that to blend out that burnt orange shade. So now one more time, I'm going to be going in with both of those dark colors we put lower in our crease, just so that when we're about to cut the crease, it is a little bit more vibrant, I would say. And in order to cut the crease, I'm going to be using my other P. Louise base, and this one is in the shade 0. This is the lighter shade that they have. And for my brush, I'm going to be using my Morphe M421 brush. It's just this flat concealer brush. And once again, I'm going to take this on the back of my hand. now that we cut our crease, sorry if I'm looking a little bit low. I don't want the base to get on my upper lid, but I'm going to be using this brush that I used to smooth out my prior base to take some of that product off, just so it's not so heavy. Back into the palette and this packer brush, I'm going to be going into this white and outline the beginning of it just so it doesn't crease, because this is going to be our base color for the lid. Okay, so I don't know why my phone stopped recording, but it did. So basically what I ended up doing was I took the same brush I used for the fuchsia shade, and I took this deep purple and I put it right there and right there, and I packed it on. I did not blend it out. After that, I took this bright pink and I put it on top, and then I took a fluffy brush and I blended those two together, and then I took this burnt orange shade right there and I kind of deepened up the outer corner a little bit more and blended the purple together. And then I just used this light pink shade right here just to blend that bright pink out a little bit more onto the lid. Okay, now I'm gonna take that packer brush again and go back into this white shade right here and just put that everywhere, and but not cover where I put that shadow down, because honey, I kind of blended that to perfection. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. So now I'm gonna go back into my Morphe M562 brush, and without putting any extra product on it, I'm just gonna blend that pink into that white a little bit more. So like, this is cute or whatever, but my cut crease isn't as sharp and as like standoffish as I want it to be. So I'm going to be taking my NYX white liquid liner and I'm just going to be defining my crease a little bit more. Let's hope I don't mess it up, because I would be very upset. Period. So next I'm going to pop on some lashes, and the lashes I will be using are these Beat.by lashes in the style Baddie. These are really my favorite lashes, like my favorite lash brand, my favorite lashes, like ooh, that I don't really do expensive lashes like the $20 lashes, the $30 lashes. I won't really invest into lashes like that. I'll get my $2 lashes off of AliExpress and I use them on my clients and I use them on myself, and they're perfectly fine. But these right here, Beat.by lashes, they the truth. Let me tell you about that. These are my favorite lashes ever, period. So now I'm back. You know, I love these lashes. Like, look. Now we're just going to move on to my face makeup, and just to refresh my face, I'm going to go in with my Farsali spray. This is right here. It has gold flakes in it and it's really good for your skin. So I'm just going to put this all over. Kind of as like a second primer for the skin. Now I'm just gonna let my skin soak this in really quick. So next I'm going to be mixing two NARS Radiant Longwear foundation. One is in the shade Oslo and one is in the shade Mont Blanc, and I'm gonna shake both of them and apply both of them to my face. One of them is a more pink tone and one of them is a more yellow tone, so when you mix them you get a perfect shade. first gonna buff this out using this Morphe stippling brush. This coverage though. So now I'm just gonna be taking my damn beauty blender and blending my foundation out just to make sure there's no streaks left behind from the brush. I did wet this with water, but I also did use my Farsali spray on it as well. I just feel like it helps just melt everything into the skin and doesn't make me look cakey. Okay, so now for cream contour, I'm gonna go back into my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, but this time I'm gonna go into the shade Amande. So to blend that out, I'm going to be using my Real Technique sculpting brush, and I'm just going to be using stippling motions just to get the best possible blend out of this. So now for our nose contour. And for my nose contour, I'm going with a smaller brush. So I'm going in with my Real Techniques Deluxe Concealer brush just to blend that out. So now I'm going to go into the same concealer, just this time in the shade Vanilla, the same shade we used to carve our eyebrows. And now I'm just going to conceal under my eyes, my nose, above my cupid's bow, my chin, a little bit on my forehead, and a little bit onto my contour just to clean everything up. A little bit up the side of my nose just to clean up my contour. I'm gonna blend this out using my beauty blender once again, starting with this contour, this highlight right here, just softening that up. I like leaving my under eye concealer the last for me to blend out, just because it gives me the most full coverage out of the product, just because I let it dry down a little bit longer. Something I don't really need over here and over here. This is just kind of to bring the light towards my face, whereas I really need the coverage under my eyes. When I blend out the concealer under my eye, I do start out with the outer edges just to blend that into my contour a little bit, so it doesn't look so harsh after all, and I progressively move up. Alright, you guys, so now I'm going to be setting my face with my favorite powder ever. This is my Fenty Beauty powder in the shade Butter. This setting powder, listen, okay, before I use this setting powder, I used to use the Laura Mercier, and I like the Laura Mercier. I was like, oh, it's a cute little, you know, it's a cute little moment. I used this, and I was like, it literally looks like a filter on your face. Like, oh my god. I was never really confident in, like, my skin, like, my base routine until I started using this powder. All jokes aside, going in with my beauty blender again, going into that powder, picking up quite a bit of it. I'm not going to bake, but I do pack the powder on and then melt it into my skin slowly. You guys will see what I do right now. So now I'm just gonna go in with this fluffy face brush with some more of that translucent powder and just pat it all over the place, just making sure my face is fully set. So now I'm gonna be going into my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit. This is in the shade, I believe, light, if not medium, or light medium. I'm not sure, but I'm going to be going into this middle shade right here. And to do that, I'm going to be using this angled Morphe brush. I'm not really gonna go ham on it, only because I already did do that cream contour and that gives me already the kind of effect that I want. This is just because once you set it with powder, it kind of just dissolves into the skin. So this is just to bring it out just a tad, just a tad bit more. I'm going to be going into the same shade of the same palette with this fluffy blending Morphe brush, and I'm just gonna run that along the sides of my nose and on the tip of it as well. So I'm gonna go into this e.l.f. blush palette, and I'm going to go into this coral shade right here, and I'm just going to pop that on my cheeks. Well, that's cute. Now for my favorite part of my whole face makeup, highlighter, honey. So I recently went to the drugstore, and as everybody knows on this channel, for a highlighter I usually use the highlighter that comes in the James Charles palette. Well, if you thought I was going to use that today, honey, you're sadly mistaken, because I found this highlighter at the drugstore. It is the Wet n Wild loose highlighting powder in the shade I'm So Lit. And, you know, usually I've slept on like loose highlighting powders because I'm like, it's so messy, like, but honey, this highlighter, let me just show y'all a swatch real quick so y'all know what I'm doing. Okay, so this highlighter is so bomb. I was on the day of my graduation and I got a lot of comments like, oh, your highlight is popping, your highlight is popping. Well, honey, baby girl, yes it is, and it's because of this highlighter. Just this, nothing on top of it, nothing under it, not a base, not anything. It's just this highlighter. So usually I take whatever is on the cap. I'll take this on my Morphe M532 brush, and I'm just gonna take a little bit on the brush, tap some off because you know I'll be going crazy sometimes. I literally just tapped my skin. Okay, like, top of my brow bone, just to make my skin look a little bit dewy. So now I'm just going to be using my Farsali spray all over just to set all this powder. Alright. You guys like my nails? I got them done for graduation. They're just like this ombre with cuticle diamonds on it. The girl that did my nails was Yana. Nailed it on Instagram. Her Instagram will be right here and also be in the description box down below. She's based in Queens and she's really good. She's not overly expensive like a lot of these nail techs out here. So if you guys are in the New York area, in the New York City area I should say, I think y'all should go check her out. She's really bomb. Now just to add a few finishing touches to my eyes, going back into the James Charles palette, I'm going to be going into this yellow shade right here, and I'm really scared to do this because I feel like it's gonna mess up my whole look if I don't do it right. So let's spray together. She's cute. Okay, I honestly thought I was gonna mess up the look just now. Gotta trust my judgment more. Okay, cute. Alright, so as much as I love the matte in the corner, I'm going to put a little bit of highlight there as well, just because I feel like it's missing a little you know, it's very dull. I'm missing a little you know. What's new? I'm gonna go into this shade right here. I believe this is called Ring Light. It's just a white champagne shimmer shade. I'm just going to pop that right on top of it just to make it stand out a little bit more. Okay, so now for my brow bone highlight, I'm gonna be going into that same shade right here and just popping it on my brow bone just to make it stand out just a little bit. Okay. Okay, so now for my, you know, my under like my waterline or whatever, I'm gonna be going into this deep purple shade with that same shade that we picked up the yellow on, because why not? Come on, honey, period. Just gonna bring that right here. To be going into this flat brush, and I'm going to be going into this burnt orange shade, and I'm just going to put that right next to the purple. If my phone stops recording one more time, before I was really interrupted, I'm going to go into this same flat brush, go into this bright orange, and put that under the burnt orange I just put under my eye. Okay. So now going back into my Morphe M562 brush that I use with that pink shade, I'm going to take this bright pink shade and I'm going to blend that purple out under my eye, and I'm also going to put it a little bit under the orange as well, just to give it a really blown out effect and give the whole fantasy. So we could give fantasy, we could give face. Okay? I'm going to be taking this Wet n Wild Cold eyeliner in white, and I'm just going to run that along my waterline. Now I'm going to be taking this Essence Get Big Lashes mascara onto my lower lash line. I was about to say waterline. My lower lash line. Last step right now is going to be lips. I'm going to be using this Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil, and this is in the shade whatever walnut. So now I'm going to go into my favorite new lipstick. This is the NYX matte lipstick in the shade Spirit, and I'm just going to pop that in the center of my lips. I'm going to go over that with this NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Fortune Cookie. I'm just gonna go over that with this lip gloss that I use at the beginning, just because I like the shine of it and the shimmer that it gives to my lips. Holds on. All right, you guys, so this is the finished look right here. If you guys like it, please make sure to like this video, and also leave a comment down below of any looks you would like me to recreate in the future. Also make sure to subscribe to my channel, and while you're at it, please press that notification bell to be notified anytime I post future videos. And also make sure to follow on my social media accounts, my Instagram, my Snapchat, and if you're feeling a little bit spicy, you can go follow my Twitter as well, that I will be so much more active on that. Thank you guys so much for watching my video, and I will see you in the next one.